process I'm going to be sharing with you is at the core of our work at Maps to Love. We come into this world as infants, and we have the whole spectrum of potential available. Our mind is waiting to be shaped. Our heart, our energy, we're connected with everyone around us non-verbally, and anything is possible. In this drawing over here, you see the strong threads between us and the rest of the world. And as we come into our culture, as we gain words, as we try and fit in, many of these potentials and actual connections with the rest of the world are cut down. They're cut down by traditions, they're cut down by judgments, they're cut down by perfectionistic pictures, they're cut down because they make other people uncomfortable. And what we end up with is a very narrow path to love. Our multi-dimensional bandwidth connection with all that is reduced to a very circuitous, narrow route that if everything works just so, then we can feel connected, then we can feel love. This leads us to where many adults are today, which is feeling malnourished. There's so little energy that's able to make its way on this long trail and find its way to us that we fade a bit. We feel not enough. There's not enough love out there. There's not enough connection. And there truly isn't enough to go down this very circuitous routes of our perfectionistic pictures. It's a very real experience, although we often don't know how we got there. But it results in most adult human beings today feeling some degree of loneliness. And this is where the process we work with gets juicy and where we begin. Using new tools of imagination, brainstorming, enthusiasm, deep examination, and acceptance, we consciously create and rebuild some of those potentials and actual pathways to connecting in ways that may have nothing to do with the norm, but allow us to experience a deep joy, a deep sense of beauty that works for us. And how we begin that process is by mapping what creates well-being for us and for our partner. In this drawing here, there's two things. There's a 1 to 10 scale with these rulers, and what that's helpful for is being seen in the nuances. If we really want to understand what creates pain for our partner and what creates pain for ourselves, you can say, yeah, that's uncomfortable, that causes pain, but this 1 to 10 scale allows us to zoom in and say, you know, every time you talk loudly, I feel disconnected, and it's about an 8 out of 10 for me. And when you give me a card that has appreciation, that's a positive 8 out of 10 for me. I feel connected to you, an 8 out of 10. When we go on walks in nature and don't talk, that's a 5 out of 10 for me in well-being. When we go and play mini golf, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. I feel alive, I feel excited. And you get to hear back and forth with our partner who they are, who we are, and look for the areas of overlapping connection. In this map here, I'm giving a very brief summary, but we map what causes pain, what creates a deep sense of a good friend, what brings joy, what creates high value. Maybe there are some things that are a bit uncomfortable or a bit on edge, but they're really valuable to us because they allow us to learn something. What's low value? What's sexy for us? What's not sexy for us? And we take on the role as educators and students to humbly step outside the assumption that we know who this person is because we know what we feel, and guide one another down a path, and through brainstorming find entirely new ways of connecting that without this process would never have broken out of the normal mold. I'd like to share with you in closing a few ways that I have done this that have greatly deepened my joy in life and have nothing to do with what's supposed to be done but works for me. The first is around non-sexual cuddling. I notice for myself I feel grounded, I feel nourished when there's more touch than our culture finds permissible. Through talking with a series of my friends, I found others that feel the same way but never would have acted on it because of the social taboo. I now spend several hours a day in non-sexual cuddling, and there's no pressure feeling there's something wrong with that. We both have a deep sense of joy, and I can do it with more than one partner. Another thing that my partner does for me as a result of this examination is writes me cards filled with appreciations. What I love is hearing the nuances, the details of what she enjoys about our time together. And so these cards, which she regularly gives and enjoys giving, they just leave me feel so seen and connected, and yet she would never have done those if I hadn't spent the time to learn about this process, identify it, and offer it to her as a way that she can create closeness with me anytime. These are just two examples. There's literally hundreds that I've brought into my life, and in the work that we do in the group, in the work that we do one-on-one, even more. We are about helping you find, discover, own, and claim your specific pathways to love and well-being, and celebrating your right to do that in your own unique way. I look forward to meeting you. Thank you for watching.